We are back. And I answered the door, so that's all fine. Hopefully no one else rings the doorbell. Okay. Um Parents are losing their minds. Main character might be losing his mind. I feel very, very bad for the sister. That's basically where we're at. Um oh, and we're getting ready to play a game, but I don't know if I have to control her movements or if it's just like an auto thing. Turn off. Oh. Why do I have the option to turn it off? Should I let her win? That's get dangerous. Yo, she's good. Oh, I soak. To make it believable, right? Is there gonna be a jump scare? Ha, who wants some more? There's Joy and letting her win. Okay. Final round. I actually got faster, what the fuck? I meant to hit one. Shit. I hit one. Oh, that was still low. Fuck. I still feel like there's gonna be a jump scare. I don't have enough points to win, so it's fine. Big bro. Bang bang, and they're dead. You've lost, Tosha. I don't want... There's probably an achievement for beating my sister. My mom only managed to get through to me on her third attempt. Anton, there's a call for you. It's a girl. I sobered up in an instant and rushed to the hallway. Watch your step. I grabbed the phone, pressed it into my chest, looking at my mom. She shrugged and went into the room, gathering the toys thrown all around by Olya as she went. Hello? Your mom has such a young voice. Well, yeah, I mean, she is young. Are you busy right now? No, of course not. If only she knew how costly this conversation would be for me, what risk I took on just answering this call. There were a pen and a shabby notepad lying on the nightstand. I picked them up and started moving the tip of the pen across paper, producing chaotic doodles that always ended up turning into hearts. I've been thinking, I need to tell you something. I froze. It can't be. Does she like me? You've been looking so lost lately. And when I saw you at school today, you were pale like a ghost. I couldn't find words, my heart was aflutter in anticipation. I wanted to say that I'm on your side. A smile was spreading on my face in anticipation for Polya's next word. And I feel so sorry for you. Good guys like you deserve better. I want to believe that you'll find the strength to fight back at some point and the others will stop picking on you. The pen fell out of my weak fingers. Is that all she's going to say? Maybe you'll even find a girlfriend. She sounded as if she was unsure of her own words. Well, I just wanted to let you know that you're a nice guy. It was a total failure. Compassion instead of an invitation to hang out. You there? Before I could reply, Olya descended the stairs. She was holding some book in a pink cover, Encyclopedia of a Young Lady. Will you take long? I covered the headset with my hand. I'm in the middle of a conversation. What happened? Read me a bedtime story, please. Mom fell asleep. Go to your room, I'll be there in a minute. Just be quick, okay? Fine. My last reply sounded excessively annoyed. I sighed, watching my sister running up the stairs. Hello, Polina? Sorry, I need to run. Can you imagine? There's someone in love with me and he snoops about under my window, demanding to go on a date with him. I'll go chase him away before my grandpa wakes up. Or maybe I should give him a chance? I bit my lower lip in jealousy. I'll tell you tomorrow if you want. We're friends after all. That is not a good reaction. Friends. At least you didn't say we were besties. Yeah, sure. Good. The buzzer hammered at my brain. Oh, this is not good. Dirty slut, an angry voice spoke through the teeth in my brain. Like a restless zombie devoid of consciousness, I dragged my feet up the staircase. I wish I could tell Dad, ask for his manly advice, but he doesn't show up home until late at night because of his new job. My parents don't have time for me, to put it lightly. Well, where's your book? I stuttered. The kids' room was empty. Olya? She probably snuck into my room. I started walking down the corridor. The room was infested with shadows. The blinds were wavering like there was someone hiding behind them. Oh God, not again. I smiled, sneaked towards the window, and threw open the curtains. Gotcha. There was nobody behind the cloth. The window was a TV screen showing winter scenery. The lamppost, the field, and a couple of walking figures in the middle of it. Alyssa and Olya. I gasped and pressed my fist to my mouth, sinking my teeth into it. Alyssa was leading Olya into the thicket. I needed less than a minute to hurriedly dress and rush out of the house. My heart was beating like a firing machine gun. The wind carried the cold, resinous smell of coniferous trees from the forest. Freezing air cackled somewhere in the field. Oh no! Two shadows loomed in front of the gate. I could only recognize them as my sister and the fox girl because of their height. I ran towards the fence, listening to the howling wind and the squeaking snow. One of the figures moved and slowly glided towards the thicket like an ice skater. I slowed down and touched my glasses, trying in vain to adjust my vision to the surrounding darkness. Worry landed on my shoulders like a weightless snowflake. A snake woke up in my belly and started writhing. I felt nauseous. I thought about my home, the flimsy fortress I'd left behind. I finally caught up to my sister, dressed only in a coat. Olya, have you seen the foxy? Olya, why did you go outside? If Mom finds out... My sister froze in place, facing the taiga. She was in a hand's reach, and I put my numb wrist on her shoulder for some reason, probably to make sure it wasn't a dream. Oh, I hate this developer. Oh my God, what was that noise? I don't like that noise. That was fucked up. That... Oh. A pointy beak was directed at me, strewn with feathers that formed an owl face. Something wearing a bird mask was staring at me. Hoot hoot, she won't. Hoot hoot, fuck you. The voice sounded exactly like Olya's, but there was something else hiding behind the feathers and the carton. I sprinted away as if I got whipped. The masked creature only pretended to be Olya, just to lure me out. I was running like crazy, drowning in snow. The house in front of me was rapidly growing. The yellow light in its windows granted me hope. My mom and sister are there, my salvation. I couldn't hear anything from behind me, as if nobody was chasing me. Maybe it's because owls can fly. I was already climbing the porch when I noticed another figure. Hi! From the soot black window of my house, a scruffy wolf cub crawled out and stood in my way. Its movements were jerky, chaotic, as if it was performing some terrifying dance I don't want to see, or convulsing during a stroke. His mom? And even though I could clearly see that the wolf face was a mask, something in this werewolf's convulsion made me freeze in place. The boy in the wolf's costume rubbed his side against the porch post and fell to his knees. He bent his back so hard that I expected his spine to crack. The beast's eyes shone, but he didn't attack. He kept crawling around and running on all fours. I shifted my feet, my mouth agape, trying to keep him in my line of sight. Something was trickling from the slit in the mask Viscous drops fell to the wooden planks. Saliva. Some unknown force pushed me in the back, whispering me to save myself. The fence was flashing by at the edge of my vision.
Oh my fucking god!
I was running in another direction this time, towards the toothy edge of the forest that smelled of pine. My heartbeat measured time. The wolf boy growled behind my back as if he forgot his human nature. My right leg got stuck in the snow-laden cavity. I yanked it out, cursing under my breath, and fell to the ground. Plastering snow prevented me from standing up, propping myself against anything. But my unbound thirst for life helped me get out of that trap. Darkness was creeping closer, like the toxic fumes of burial fires. I ran again, gasping for air that stung my throat. My hair swayed in the wind. I lost my hat when I fell down, and my ears are now hot from the freezing cold while most of my body was still sweaty. The field finally ended. After realizing that running into the forest wasn't the smartest decision I could make, I dove into the line of trees. I ran without stopping, my face covered with one of my palms. I didn't want to lose an eye to some random branch. Branches whipped my clothes, pricked my skin like butchers that were herding a pig into the grinder. A knot of roots, sprouting from the ground, grabbed at my foot. I rammed into the scratching trunk, slid down its base, and looked around in panic. Hi. Phew, you're so fast. Yeah, you... My first desire was to dash towards her and hug her. I resisted it and squeezed myself even tighter into the pine. What are you doing here? This and that. She was holding the hat I lost. Working part-time in Lost and Found. Put it on, or your ears will freeze and maybe even fall off soon. I squinted in suspicion and shifted my gaze back and forth between her and the hat, scared that Alyssa might be holding a severed head or something even more sinister. But in the end, my hat turned out to be just my hat. Is there something around? No. I took it and pulled it over my forehead. Feeling warmer? I didn't reply. There were some children in the yard. And? Did they bite you or something? No. Then why did you run away? The answer was obvious, but after rolling the thought on my tongue, I mumbled, I don't know. Why did I promise to never call you a dunce again? Oh well, I'll keep my promise. She walked up to me and grabbed me by the elbow. I sensed a familiar aroma of mint, oranges, and burnt sparklers. I wanted to lean into Alice to savor the minute details of her smell. How many times do I need to tell you you're safe as long as you're with me? I'm your friend. You were walking with the owl thing. You are so not my friend. And they are too. What? I quickly turned around towards the place the fox girl was pointing in.
No, we're going home.
Kids in masks appeared at the clearing. At least they looked like kids since they were all pretty short. These are not friendly. Are these the dead children? Are these the dead children? Are these the missing children? I don't want... Get closer! They all huffed and gasped for air, clearly tired from running around. Hello? I thought you fell through the snow. Started digging around but couldn't find you. And I didn't care enough. You see, if you're dumb, go run around and dig. You run around and dig. If you're smart, you wait until the others get tired of running around and digging. Then you start talking. You're a rat. Degenerate. Huh? Don't mind him, he's a weirdo. I stood there stupefied, my mouth agape and my hands dangling helplessly. I had no idea how to react to the words of these late-night guests, but I managed to squeeze out something resembling a smile. You just scared me, that's all. They started looking at each other and somebody even snorted as if I said something funny. Yes, the fox is right. He's the one. No, this is our... Have we finally found him? Our bunny. Yes, he looks the part. I don't want to be the bunny. The wolf boy started wagging a part of his costume like it was his tail in excitement. First. Of course you were first. Wolfie here was the first to sense the bunny in you. He told us about you. Hello? And you're already met our Hootie before. She isn't that scary, is she? I guess. And this smiling big guy is Steady. Be mindful with him or he'll chew off your head. What? I see you've also dropped your sense of humor somewhere in the way here. What's happening? I was still unsure of these particular little animals that had the best intentions in mind, so I hid my hands behind my back trying to look away from the gaping holes of their carnival masks. Alyssa put her hands to her sides in a theatrical manner and somehow managed to wink with her fox face. The next time we come, we'll ring bells for you. That way, you'll be less scared of our visit. Do we even have any bells? I won't be ringing. My paws hurt. My smile was no longer fake. And you showed us your teeth, that's a good sign. I didn't expect you to find us fun. I thought it was an emotion reserved strictly to Disneyland. How do you know that? I read about it somewhere. Hmm. You read about me. Aren't you funny? No, about Disneyland, darling. You can read human? Do you think I've been going to school every day for nothing? And then she sang in a cockish voice. Where to learn about neglect, where to get your dreams all wrecked, at your local school, of course, and in your classroom. Where to hit kids every week, where to prey on all the meek, at your local school, of course, and in your classroom. Okay. I let out a cautious laugh. The new acquaintances didn't seem scary anymore, or on the contrary, they looked friendly and welcoming. There was something about them that attracted me. Just like this clearing, this moon, and the snowflakes that fell backwards from the ground to the sky as if someone was rewinding a tape. The masked kids got close and I felt their touch. They gave me friendly taps, felt my clothes as if checking whether I was real. There was no animalistic malice in their touch, only pure childish curiosity. For some reason, I thought to myself, I can trust them. Snowflakes just kept on floating upwards. Nobody will hurt you anymore. Friend. Yeah, if somebody ever tries to. The fox gave me a slight tug and burst out laughing. Well then, Tosha, will you run away screaming or come with us? Where to? To the amusement park. At that moment, Taiga's deceptive silence was broken by the sound of a distant flute. Mesmerizing and alluring, it brought about the ring of crystal glass and the whispers of a fresh winter spring. What is this? Hello? If I had any doubts before, the flute songs shattered the last of them. I started following my new friends before I could even make my decision. My legs carried me of their own will, and the tunnels made of pines and stepped apart, brushes bowed in front of our procession. This is a bad idea. Everything looked dreamlike. Because even the clearing we ended up on, I only saw in my dream. The flute soared up in the treetops like some fantastical bird. The snowflakes floated up in a spiral. The moon painted tree branches with silver. Alyssa gasped in amazement. I was also in awe. I tilted my head backwards as far as I could. Hoot, what a sight. It's so beautiful. Wolfie howled in agreement. This is nothing. I can show you much more, if you want. I did want. I wanted to see what the fox girl saw with her eyes hidden in the semi-dark of her cape. Now, I didn't feel weird about these masked kids. I felt weird for being the only one without a mask. I felt like I was naked in the January winds. Why do you wear these masks? I was trembling, but I wasn't scared. My trembling wasn't caused by the cold. It originated from the particular anxiousness, the anticipation of something amazing. And why do you ask? I touched my cold cheek. I'm not wearing one. I love human tails. Human nails? Human fails. I've already told you. All the villagers wear masks. It's just you won't find anything human underneath them. Even me. You're so clumsy, Anton. We've already found your glasses once already. And your hat. And your real face. I looked at the mask the wolf was holding out to me. The bunny mask that looked like a silver ingot under the moonlight. I was curious to see the world through its slits. I have no choice. Suddenly, fighting its way through the flute's melody, a thought came to me. The glasses they found were in Semyon's possession. My new acquaintances must have known what happened to him, or even worse. And where did Semyon disappear to? What happened to him? And the other children? The bear and the owl looked at each other. The wolf boy curled into a ball and the fox lowered the pointy nose of her mask. The one who was kept in a cage. The one who cut into little pieces raw. The one who wears a skin face took them. If I knew how to cross myself, I'd do it. So you're saying it was a human? Were you even listening to us? How can you call someone like him human? There's just one word for him, an adult. It's so easy to get lost in the adult world. Killers, cruel animal trainers, and cold parents. If you don't want to get sad, better not think about them. I don't know about you, but I definitely don't want to be sad. Somehow, I'm also not sad today. What about you, Anton? Huh? I was lost in thought, staring at the pines, trying to pinpoint the location of the flute. I was sure that the person who played it was standing right behind the piney stockade. Someone tall, going over the holes in the flute with their long fingers. What now? Are we gonna sit and be sad or have some fun? Alyssa wanted to show me something. Let's start with the sweet stuff. The fox girl took out a handful of candy from her pocket and handed them to each of the kids. Covers shuffled, the smell of pineapple, cacao, and melon wafted through the air. The last treat, a chocolate-covered waffle candy, Alyssa put right into my mouth. My tongue was engulfed in spiciness. Spiciness? I felt like my body was covered in fur and small sparks were running along it. I chewed on the waffle and the chocolate, gulped them down, enjoying the vivid taste. Thanks. My gratitude was barely audible because my lips were already touching the inside of a mask. I didn't even notice how I put it against my face. The paper mache was warm, the mask stuck to my skin, giving it a nice prickle. The kind when you dive into a hot bath after being outside in winter, when you lie there and purr from the soapy water. See, I told you, this is yours. Mine? What are we waiting for? The fun won't have itself. You're right. The melody kept swirling in the field like a hurricane. I couldn't wait to release the energy, the heat that this enchanting music was filling me with. The owl jumped and disappeared into the sky. Oh my god. Ah! I heard her laughter from somewhere above, and then she landed back, huffing and sighing. You can do it too. Give it a try. I followed suit. Oh. My feet tore off from the ground. I flew towards the stars like a rocket and screamed from happiness after seeing my friends down below. The wind helped me fly. It felt like I was jumping on a huge trampoline. Wow. The stars looked like vivid sparkles that I could reach and lick up. The moon also got closer, and then I plunged. I got scared that I'd break my legs for a moment, but my soles landed softly on the ground and I regained my balance. You're safe with us, and all your dreams will come true. I'm so happy that I finally found you. Bunny. In a fit of merry laughter, I realized the most important thing. These four are not a threat. My real enemies, and I felt that with every single hair on my mask, were those who knew nothing about magic. Humans from the village. I also realized how alive my surroundings have become. I heard the dry grass under the snow moan. I saw faces of the trees and the stars. The trees were smirking and the stars were grimacing in fear. That's right, be scared. I'll jump to you and... I snapped my teeth, then let out a jubilant laugh, jumping up along with the fox. We flew higher than the tallest pines and stayed in the air. I whirled, Alyssa followed with my rhythm. I knew that she was smiling, so I smiled too. And the flute just kept on playing, carrying us higher and higher. Hey. Hey, did someone put a spell on you? That someone is standing next to me, I thought, trying to unglue my chin from the desk. My muscles felt slightly sore, but that feeling was pleasant. The whole class was wandering about for some reason, whispering and passing notes to each other. Their faces looked like discolored masks to me, bleak and boring. I yawned, remembering the time I was soaring high above the forest with Alyssa by my side, laughing and squeezing my hand. Perhaps, no, probably, it was all just a dream. Because I didn't walk back from the forest, just woke up in my bed on a normal morning with tea and medicine. Still, I was hardly worried about trying to find a rational explanation for my night dance. The feeling of flight was much more important. The knowledge of how it feels to be hanging in the air above the treetops of the majestic pines and burying my teeth at the moon. Sorry, I got lost in thought. Have you heard about Katya? Huh? I glanced at the empty seat in front of me. Katya went missing. My sleepiness was gone in an instant. I frowned in suspicion. What do you mean? It can't be.
Katya!
Oh. What? Wait. What? Yeah. Okay. So that happened. Ooh, look at that. The gang's all here. Okay, so that's the last episode. Well, that's the last episode I have to play. I don't know if I made all the right choices. I definitely want to go back and see what happens if I guess we don't have time. Let's do that. Wait. Episode 2. Can I rewind? Let's fast forward. Okay, let's see. Tick. Enter. Read. Okay. I'm still punching you. Skip. Skip. Okay. Okay. So now we pick Alyssa. After closing my backpack, I ran down the stairs. Adventure. Is that a good thing? I scanned my surroundings through the window in the main hall. Nobody suspicious in sight. The school doors creaked. The sound was similar to the music from a thriller, the high notes that come before an intense scene. I ran around the school corner, trying not to catch anyone's attention. The smell of pastry and burnt sugar wafted from the school cafeteria. I froze when I saw a silhouette in the second floor window. It must be Polina, gliding a bow on violin strings, with her head slightly tilted to the side. I wish I could hear the melody she played, but Polina was only a dark outline on the window's yellow sheet. I dragged my feet forward. That is not Alyssa. The net on a football goal in the yard fluttered in the wind, the same wind that hurled small white whirlwinds through the field. Somewhere nearby, an invisible tractor was humming, scaring away the crowd of cawing birds. The hum of its engine sounded like the howls of hungry beasts that chased me through the snowy desert. Alyssa and her scary mask also came to mind. Right now, in the light of day, it was really hard to believe she was real. What did she say back then? At the backyard, near the hanged man. What did she mean by that? I guess that is what she... What is that? Oh, it's a squirrel. A forest squirrel chomping on sunflower seeds. Someone from the school is probably feeding her. Interesting. I used syringe among the cigarette butts. I hope somebody just needed an insulin shot. Not likely. Excuse me? The silhouette turned around the corner and walked deeper into the dead end, leaving cigarette smoke in its wake. It was an adult, a teacher maybe. I looked at the wall. There was a hanged man drawn under the thin black line of resin. Someone played the hanged man here. Something was scribbled on both sides of the man. Escape, fear, truth. Come closer, sweetheart. It took me a while to realize where the sound was coming from. My eyes strolled through the cul-de-sac at the school backyard, through windows and snow. Examine. One of the snow piles started trembling like a volcano before it erupts. God damn it. Give me your heart. At this point, it's worthless. In the blink of an eye, the white crust crumbled and the fox jumped at me. She made a gracious bow, enjoying the effect her appearance had on me. The silver of snow shined on her coat. I couldn't even imagine that thinking about girls with tails can be this, I don't know what to compare it to. Something infectious? Toxically sweet? Fight back, or your heart is in my hand. She giggled so enthusiastically that it forced me to smile. Oh, come on. I quickly rolled a ball of snow and threw it at Alyssa. She tried to dodge, but it was too late. A hit to the shoulder. Ah, you insolent boy. Yeah, that's me. The fox slowly backed down, trying to arm herself. You are sly, but I'm a fox. I think outside of the box. Her retribution was swift. A snowball arched its way above the snowy yard and the ravens flying in the air. I wanted to duck, but slipped and fell to my knees. And while I was getting up, I caught a huge chunk of snow with my face. It burned up from the cold. Ow. I swore loudly from immense disappointment. Using the words I heard in Sector Gaza's song on the cassette I hid for my parents. If Dad heard this, he would have been definitely gave me a good whipping. He had very low tolerance towards obscene words and always communicated in clean Russian. Oh, come on. It can't hurt that much. She brushed off my hood as if to show compassion, took me by the elbow and helped me get up. With care uncharacteristic for a child, she took off my glasses, blew away the snowflakes that were stuck to them, and handed them back. Now we're even, Tosha. Only people who were close to me called me that. And I haven't even seen her real face. I didn't know her last name, what class she was from, and if she had a real tail under her coat. Want to get ahead? We were going to look for Vova, remember? We better hurry before my parents start looking for me. The fox let out a lazy yawn. Parents, don't be so boring. Let's play for a bit. You're always bored at home anyway. And how do you know that? It's not even a secret. It's always way too boring being locked up in a house full of adults. I got all jittery from both houses and parents, see? Her furry fox brow started twitching. I faked a laugh in reply, unsure whether being able to move parts of her mask like that was genuinely funny or not. Come on, Tosha, don't be scared. I can see you want to play. And if you win... The fox girl got dangerously close to me and stood on her tiptoes, almost touching my face with her rough little nose. Playful fires danced deep in her eyes. She smelled nice, like berries and... saccharin? Is this a smell of independence and true freedom? I mean, the kind where all you have to do in your life is run wild and eat sweets? Her whisper poured into my ear like scalding hot water. If you win, I'll be your guide. Believe me, I have lots of things to show you. We'll surely find your Vova for one. I felt as if a giant invisible spring bent inside me. My tummy hurt, but the sensation was somehow not exactly unpleasant. It was so weird. I just had a conversation with Polina and now Alyssa was going to drag me along with her. I felt like my mind was becoming blurry, splitting in two like those gravestones on the TV record. And what if I lose? I'll claw out your soul, softy. Come on, let's go. She burst out laughing, whipping the hem of her coat, and ran towards the road we used to come to school in the morning. Her promise, that sounded almost like a threat, hypnotized me. I bent down and scooped up some snow. I wish I had a device that could tell whether Alyssa was joking or being serious. Or is there always a third option with people like her? Between her jokes, her laughter, and her hot breath in my ear, I wanted to win. To punish her for the lightness and freedom she possessed that was clearly too much for an average girl. When I, on the other hand, was possessed or rather intoxicated by the thirst for adventure by my curiosity. Just like that time when I ate the cherries from Mom's nalivka and lied down with my eyes closed while the bed was spinning underneath me. Is that an alcoholic drink? Oh god. I spat, then cleaned my lips. Do you want to play, little sister fox? Well then, let's play. I armed myself with a snowball and chased the fleeing fox girl. I saw a familiar street with a wooden post that didn't look scary anymore. There were just logs covered in snow. If I were to shout now, the guard dogs would start barking and their owners would peek out of their windows. Alyssa's small silhouette was mocking me from far away, so it was useless to try hitting her with a snowball for now. Waste of ammunition. Birches, mutilated by the cold, peeked out to view along the clear road. A giant snow pile towered near one of the trees. This was probably the place where the tractor bought all the snow from the village. A whole family of foxes would fit in such a pile. No, I thought. She's the only fox around here. She alone is already too much. My second morning acquaintance was running around near the edge of the forest, the stray dog with a mangy tail. She sniffed around and marked the naked berry bushes and ran towards the other ones. Alyssa showed up from under the hill. Zulka, follow me, girl. The dog's ears perked up. It barked in agreement and followed her lead. We ran farther and farther, exchanging snowballs, laughing and tumbling. The winter forest towered in front of us, reaching for the low clouds. We were at the edge of its shadow, bony and almost. The fox hid behind a huge pine, clearly trying to get close to me and shove some snow down my collar. It was a good plan, but Zulka, who was running circles around her, gave her away. I broke off a dry branch and decided to act even trickier. I put my hat on it and peeked in from the side of the pine. I'll make her think that it's my head. I bit my lip to stop myself from laughing, then jumped out from the other side and performed point-blank throw. Alyssa probably cracked my plan right away, but still let me win 3-1. I was wounded in the leg and she got shot in the chest and in the stomach, losing imaginary blood in front of my eyes, pleading for mercy while also choking from laughter. Thank you, O valiant knight. She pretended to bow to me, then grabbed 2 full handfuls of snow and like a dying warrior threw them my way in a last-ditch effort. I dodged her attack easily, laughing uncontrollably and being mad at the same time. I finished her with 2 precise shots. He'll let me live, huh? Learn me how to do it if you're so smart. Shut up, you're already dead. When did that stop me? Let's play something more interesting. She dashed behind the trees after blowing snow in my direction. 1, 2, time to play with you. 3, 4, the owl will arrive. I hesitantly moved towards the windfall. 6 on end, the wolf's grey fur will stand. I thought it was real tail gliding across the bushes. I rushed to the intertwined branches that helped Alyssa to hide as if something was pulling me there. I had to move them, tear them off like spiderweb. Branches sprang back in my face, but it felt like they were caressing my cheeks and not hitting them. I was sweating but still had a lot of stamina left. I'll make sure to catch you, little fox. Alyssa's voice was wandering among the windfall. 7-8, stomp your hooves and wait. Seems like I underestimated you. I thought you were just a boy. Confident that she was behind the dry pine, I rushed to intercept her. But the local acoustics tricked me. Her voice was already echoing from the other side. And you're a bunny. So nimble, so cute. A snowball flew at me from the shadows, whistling near my ear. I'll show you a bunny. Yeah, do that, show me. A bright fox fur coat flashed near a rotten stump. I rushed there, jumping over a ravine. Bunny, show yourself, be brave. Give the beasts fresh meat they crave. This furry collar that flashed from every tree was the most important thing in the world for me. My lips started trembling as if I was a cowboy that was chasing his prey. 1 jump and the fox was in my embrace, so smooth and desirable. Fine, fine, you win. She leaned against the scratchy bark and started puffing. Please, let's have a break. You're too fast, too strong, too tasty. Satisfied, I put my hands on my side, waiting for the spoils of war from the defeated girl. But what I got instead was a sly snowball in my smug face. The cunning fox ran away, roaring with laughter, but I wasn't even mad about it. I needed to catch up to Alyssa to tackle and subdue her. Tear off her mask and see everything. Poor little bunny jumps around in the wet pine forest, afraid of getting eaten by the big gray wolf, thinking of hot summer, keeping his ears low. Sneaking glances at the hidden sky. The sky really did disappear under the trees. I moved using the barking of Zulka as a guide since she was closely following her owner, and I was getting closer. And the same trail I imagined back at school blinked under my feet. It turned out that running like there's no tomorrow was so easy. Faster, higher, faster. It felt like there was a well of untapped potential inside me and I drew from it. My muscles were buzzing, my lungs felt bigger, and I felt much stronger overall. Even my vision became sharper. I saw every icy branch, every dent in the bark. Something colorful was lying near the bushes, a piece of clothing. Another colorful spot on to the right. Alyssa was losing her clothes on the run, like shedding her skin. I also used my teeth to take off my mittens, excited by all that. I'll get naked and feel all the wind to the last drop. Faster. I reached out to take off my hat to throw away everything that stops me from running wild in this endless forest. The backpack slowed me down, so I threw it in the snow along with all the pens that were inside, with all the notebooks, all of my drawings on the sidelines, and dinosaur for Olia. Olia. Suddenly, a clear picture appeared in my mind. My sister, standing still near a window, basking in the dusking sun. Her small childish palms are pressed to the glass, leaving marks when they warmed it up. She could warm up the whole world like that. She's looking at the taiga and saying my name. I stopped, took a deep breath, and realized how rash and stupid I was trying to undress in the middle of a forest while chasing a fox. I returned to get my backpack as if it was part of my being I dropped. I remembered again how my sister didn't like to be left home alone, how she asked me to come home faster. What kind of brother am I? Running in the forest that I used to scare my sister with. I'm having fun while she's not even allowed over the doorstep. Sit in your cage, Olya, and watch the same cartoons over and over. Where are you? Where are you hopping to, fucker? Oh, God. Okay, so this still happens. Where the fuck is Alyssa? Okay. Okay, so this is different. Yo. Okay. Oh no, the dog still gets kicked. Are you serious? I hate everything about this. Okay, so this is the same. Okay, so this still happens the same. Is there a difference now if I put on the mask? Let's see if there's a difference now if I put it on. I suspect not. Because I can probably... No, there's no difference. Because I can... Yeah, I can fast forward through it. Okay. So this is the same. Okay. Okay, so that's like the only difference then. Okay, so some of it was the same, some is different. Ultimately, I think I was going the normal path with my playthrough. God. Why her? No. What makes her better than me? Polina screamed while choking on her tears. He's just an animal. An outsider. Who is she comparing herself to? To the fox chick or? So this is also the same. Okay, all of this is the same. Okay. Oh, wait. Is this the cop shows up? He does, right? Ooh, I can slip around in the files more.
Объявлять комендантский час, причин пока нет.
I can get caught.
Слишком мало времени. Теперь поговорим о диких животных. Как известно, в наших лицах водятся волки, медведи, лисы.
Yeah!
Больно ты любопытный, Петров.
Yeah. Caught napping.
Если вы заметите в поселке кого... Телефон-то знаете?
Back.
До свидания, лейтенант.
Tell him. I unglued my palm from the tabletop. I needed to warn him, at the very least, for Olia's sake, to assure her safety in the house near the squeaky pines. I raised my hand, heavy as a dumbbell. Excuse me. How are you? Almost 2 dozen heads turned my way. My teacher, the officer, Polina. Katya shoved an elbow into her friend's side. Sleeping Biasha stretched out his neck. Romka frowned inquiringly. I'm listening? I felt like I was being studied under a microscope. Yesterday, when I was walking to school in the morning, I saw an unfamiliar person. My classmates started whispering. Tikhonov frowned, a deep wrinkle adorning the space between his eyebrows. There's no way he'd be able to tell if it was an outsider or a local. He just moved to our village. The other kids smirked. Katya flashed an evil smile. Calm down. Can you describe them in more detail, Anton? Then it dawned on me. I can do more than describe them. What I can do, I can draw them. I know how to draw, kind of. After spitting out this confession, I expected everybody to laugh, but that didn't happen. Even Katya stayed silent. Polina tilted her head and studied me with an intriguing look on her face. I was pleased by this wave of attention. It made me feel bolder, so I asked, Do you want me to? Tikhonov slowly nodded. We'll conduct a bit of an experiment here, alright? Of course, of course. I took out a pen and flattened out a sheet of paper. My classmates stared at me in anticipation. Polina smiled, and it was the best reward I could get for my boldness. Well, go on, Van Gogh. Draw. Oh! I get to pick? I can draw the guy then. How did the guy look like? How did the guy look like? Not like that. Not like that. Is it like this? I think like this. Hand over. Here. Van Gogh. I handed the drawing to the officer. And who might that be? Do you recognize this person, Lily Pavlia? Is this by chance your arts and crafts teacher? My homework teacher squinted, trying to have a close look at my drawing. What a nasty mug. That must be Petro's old man. It felt like windows shuddered from all the surrounding laughter. So this goes as normal. This stays all the same. I had just remembered it, so. But it looks like everything else stays the same. Except for like, well. Yes. Except for a couple of dialogue options. Oh. My game crashed. Well. So that. Yeah, so when. Because the episode that I played now came out recently. I think. Let's see. Would it be in Community Hub? Let's see. Oh wow, the third episode was released on December 31st. So I'm gonna have to wait a while. 5 episode. Okay, so it's gonna take a while. Probably. But yeah, I enjoy this. I'll be sure to play the other episodes when they come out. I still want to find out what it is that he's getting medicated for. I really hope that we can find that out. And what the hell is up with his parents basically just losing it? And yeah, of course, the kids in the woods. Because the way the rhyme goes, it kind of sounds like they'll eat him rather than him being part of the group, but I don't know. I could be misinterpreting. However, if you want to watch other videos, I've got a couple of playlists of scary games, indie games. I don't know if I'm going to find a game that's long enough to make another series out of so soon, but the possibility is there. So if you want to watch those, you can just subscribe. You'll get notified when I release another video. Let me know what you think below in the comments, like, do all that wonderful stuff. I'm much more active on Instagram than I am on Twitter and everything else. I also put updates and stuff like anything really there. So if you want to be updated, you can follow me there. That would work as well. So yeah. Thanks for watching. I had fun. I hope you had fun. I got jump scared a lot in that last episode, which I guess makes up for the other episodes where I didn't. But yeah, thanks for watching and have a nice day.